The Tor browser comes as a hardened Mozilla Firefox browser and it's a standalone application, which means that it can be run without installing it. There are versions for Windows, Linux, Mac or mobile phones. If you want to do a Windows installation, you just download the installation kit from the official website, which is torproject.org, and follow the instructions, which are of type next, next, and finish. The entire process takes a few seconds. Let's do it. I'm downloading Tor for Windows. I'm opening the installation kit. I'm selecting the language, English, OK, and install. And that's all. This is Tor for Windows. Now, let's see how to install the Tor browser on Linux. Even though you don't use Tor on Linux, I advise you to watch this part of the video tutorial because I'm gonna show you also other interesting things, like how to check the digital signature of Tor or how to use bridges. Let's get started. I have this Linux Mint VM and I'm downloading the installation kit for Linux. I'm saving it locally on my disk. But what can it be done if the website is blocked due to censorship? Note that Tor is censored in some countries. In this table, we see the top 10 countries by possible censorship events as obtained from the Tor anomaly-based censorship detection system. If the Tor website is blocked in your country and you cannot access torproject.org and download the Tor browser, then, in this case, there is a service called getTor that provides alternative methods to obtain the Tor browser, especially for people living in places with high level of censorship. The idea behind getTor is very simple. You just have to send a request to getTor at torproject.org, specifying your operating system and your language, like say Windows ES from Spanish, and getTor will send you back a reply with links to download Tor browser from a supported provider. That email will also contain a link to the digital signature of the Tor browser so that you can verify that it's legitimate. Take a look at the GPG lecture where I've explained how to check a digital signature. Tor is not blocked in my country, so I was able to download it. It's in the Downloads folder in the user's home directory. I'm moving to that directory. The next step, even though it's optional, it's highly recommended, especially for applications like Tor. This step means to verify the digital signature. Only this way you'll be sure you've downloaded the legitimate application and not a clone with backdoors or other flaws. I'm also downloading the digital signature. I'm clicking with my right mouse button and then select copy link location. And in the terminal, I'm downloading the signature using wget, and I'm pasting the URL, the address. Okay, this is the archive of the Tor browser and this is its digital signature. In order to verify a digital signature, you also need the public key of the entity that signed the software, the application. I don't have the public key, so I have to import it. Let's try to verify the digital signature without having the public key. So gpg -- verify the signature and the file I want to verify. And I'm getting an error. It says no public key. But what's interesting, it also says the ID of the public key that's missing. This is the keys ID. Having the keys ID, I can import it from a key server. So gpg ---- key server, a key server pgp.mit.edu ---- recv, and I'm pasting the key ID. It's importing the key. It can take a few seconds or even tens of seconds. Okay, the key was imported. If you get an error in the first attempt, try again. Now I can verify the signature. So I'm executing the same command again, gpg ---- verify, the signature file, and the application, the Tor archive. And I've got a good signature. Perfect. After verifying the digital signature, I'm extracting the archive, tar -xvf, and the file. X comes from extract, V from verbose, and F from file. It's extracting Tor. A new directory was created. I'm moving to that directory and I'm starting Tor, like this. You can also start it by going into that directory and double-click the file, this file. Tor for Linux has been started. When you start the Tor browser for the first time, you will be asked if you want to configure it if you are in a country that censors Tor. Let's see how to break through censorship barriers even when Tor is blocked. I'm clicking on Tor is censored in my country. In fact, to circumvent censorship, Tor uses bridges. They are useful for Tor users living in oppressive regimes and for people who want an extra layer of security because they are worried somebody will recognize that they are contacting a public Tor relay IP address. A bridge is basically a private Tor relay that helps you hide the fact that you are using the Tor network. You can run a bridge by yourself if you want to help censored users connect to the Tor network. The requirements are to have a 24/7 internet connection and the ability to expose TCP ports to the internet, so NAT is not working. For more details about how to set up a Tor bridge, follow this guide. Okay, let's return to the Tor browser. You have three options. Select a built-in bridge, which is the default option. Request a bridge from torproject.org or provide a bridge you already know. Leave the default option if you don't know what to do. In my case, I won't use a bridge. It's not necessary because Tor is not censored in my country. I'm connecting to the Tor network. And the Tor browser has started. Now I can browse the internet anonymously and freely. By the way, you can always change the bridge settings by going to Preferences and then to Tor. At the end of this lecture, I'd like to tell you that another easy way to connect to the Tor network is to use another browser called Brave that has Tor built in. It is based on a Chromium web browser, blocks ads and web trackers, and provides a faster and safer way to browse the internet. It was built with security and privacy in mind. You can download the Brave browser from brave.com. After downloading and installing Brave, which is a straightforward process, To connect to the Tor network, you just go to the three dots menu and click on New Private Windows with Tor. And you are in the Tor network.